All right, we're back in the building. It's been a couple of days since we've done a live stream. Yeah, I've been real busy this week, so I'm back in the building. I still got my old lens on. I do not have my 18 to 35 on, so I'm still rocking with the stock 14 by what is this? 1232 lens. It's actually not a stock lens, but we covered that in the last episode. You gotta go check that out. I gotta get my episode numbers updated, which I don't have a lot of time today because I got a lot of web work to do and I gotta go to the print shop. Overlays, lower thirds, let's talk about that. And actually my mic is a little hot. Let me turn it down a little bit. Okay, I can turn up my headphones, there we go, and turn down my mic. I had trouble getting onto my audio today, so it was kind of crazy, but we finna get it in. I got the second camera angle in right here. It's kind of dirty in the office, but I gotta turn that display off. Right, where's it at? Right here. I got to turn that off. I got to figure out how to turn that off. I'm a Lumix guy. This is a GH4 over here. This is your G7. As you can see from the quality, they're about the same. Office is a mess. I got my scooters right here. I love my scooters. I'm put it right there. One day scooters, maybe you guys will sponsor me. I don't know about that. Maybe I'll tag you guys in the YouTube and then you can sponsor me just with free coffee. So, yeah, overlays. Yeah, you guys, overlays are a big thing that people need in their live stream. What overlays are bottom titles or the lower thirds, basically. And so I found this website, and I'm going to dig right into this website, yo. This is a hot website. The website is called Uno Overlays, right? It's free. It's completely free. It actually, they have an upgrade where you can use it to add more storage space to you. And I really don't know what else the upgrade does. I just use the free version. I like to shout them out. This is I tagged them in the title. Hopefully they come back and watch it later. But this is what it is. It's basically free real-time overlays, and they're sponsored. What was the company's name? Hold on real quick. They have a Stream Deck plug-in. Singular Live. That's a company you got to look up. They provide professional overlays to individuals like ESPN and big network scoreboards and stuff like that. So basically what you do is you go over to Uno Overlays, and I'm going to do this real time. You basically click on a library, and in library you get a host of overlays with samples. Now right here on the, let me switch to tutorial. Let's do that one so you can see the upper left-hand corner. Over here is where you click on the library. And this is where you get your type, you get your function, and then you get your category and your theme. And then it says it has a data source, but that's something I haven't gotten into, so I'm not even going to touch on that right now. Basically, I'm going to go up here and I'm going to hit show more on the type, and it gives me a lower third, an image loop, a full screen, a bug, baseline. So I'm going to click on lower thirds, right? When I get the lower thirds, it gives me the option of having all of these lower thirds available. And these are all browser-based, okay? So let me explain to you the difference between browser-based and actually inserting the lower thirds. There's a lower thirds plugin for OBS that a lot of us use for a long time. Browser-based means that you're able to edit this, edit the lower thirds on your browser, and you can actually dock the browser base into your OBS, which I'll show you how to do, and control the lower thirds within OBS. But then you can actually have the lower thirds appear however you want it to appear on your stream. So that's why it's browser-based. It's through the internet. It's not necessarily something that goes through the your actual local programming. I know a lot of times I used to make lower thirds in After Effects and Premiere, simplified Canva, and then put them in there. That's super complicated. This is the easiest way for you to do lower thirds real quick. It's free. There's got a lot of different options, and they're animated and different things like that. So I'm going to switch back over to my tutorial screen, and I'm going to show you how it works. So I'm going to click this tutorial right here. This one right here. It animates, and it's basically a overlay, and I like that. And it's got a pop-up. So there we go. So I'm going to click add to my overlays, right? And it's going to put it in my overlay section. Now I can name it whatever I want. It's called Lower Thirds Groove. I'm cool with that. Now I'm going to click on the more key, and I'm going to click on open. Once I open it up, it's going to open up the actual window for me to play along with the overlay. So here I can actually set all of my parameters. Right now, there's a couple ways you can do that. If you have multiple screens, you can actually just edit it here and then drop it into your OBS. There's another way you can do it. You can actually do what's called a dock, and I'll show you both ways. First way here is I'm going to click on, let me see. Yeah, you can still see it. I'm going to click on right here, the top, and let's just say I want to put white label consulting. So I want that to be at the top. It's real time. I don't know if you can see right here. Let me see if I can blow the screen up a little bit. Okay, yeah. So right there, it says white label, right? That's what I started putting in. So you can see that it's real time. And I'm going to put consulting, or let's put here, dance with us. I can put my name here, Michael Williams, right? And then the underneath part is live stream consultant. Now you can't change the fonts here yet, but that's okay. Live stream consultant. That's what I do. So now that's cassette. Now another thing I can do in here is I can scroll down here and you'll see that all of the color settings are available right here. There it says primary text color is white, secondary text color is light purple, and then you can go down here and change the width of the width and the height of every feature here. So like I can make this a little wider, I can make the height a little shorter because it doesn't need to be as big. Horizontal position, I can change that by moving it over to the right. Vertical position, so these are all clicks of a button. And I can also change the gradient, you know, how the gradient appears. I'm going to slide it so you can see that's the color of the background. So I would probably want that to be purple because that's my colors of the website. And maybe I can actually, I am good with maybe a bluish color. I don't know about how dark blue color I can get. Well, let's just go with that for now, right? So then I have my settings. Those are all set. So my lower thirds are all, and on the right side, it says number of panels. What that does is if I hit one panel, it only gives me one panel on the time. So this gives me the ability to change the text. Customize gives me the ability to change the colors, and the other settings are the window settings. So if I go to 2 panels, I have 2 panels up at the same time. If I go to 3, and then if I hit auto will scale to the size of my screen. Now another thing I can do is I can enter full screen, and that's, again, if you have a second monitor, this is pretty easy to do. And then you can switch the themes, which I don't think really matters unless you're just you know, just have a knack for a dark screen. A lot of people use a dark screen theme. So if I click it, it goes from, you know, bright white to dark. So it just depends on what you want. And then you have the preview window, which you could turn on or you could turn off. I usually leave the preview window on so I can see, you know, how it looks. So this is your on-off function right here. This is how you turn the lower thirds on and off. So now that's set. Now in order to put this into my OBS, the one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the copy the output button. There's a copy the output URL. And actually, let me turn off my branding at the top. Copy outputs URL, right? You can scan it with your phone. You just copy this output right there, right? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag my OBS over so you can see how this works. I'm going to put here, this is my OBS window. On my left side, obviously, is my my preview, and on the right side is my programming. Right here, I have, a bunch of, I did a whole bunch of plugin installs when I crashed my OBS. I had to start everything over. So here, I want to add this lower third into my live broadcast, right? So here's my live broadcast scene. I'm going to hit the plus key, and I'm going to add a browser-based source, and I'm going to call this lower third. So that's there, and then I'm going to paste the link that I just got from Uno Overlay. So it's right there, and I'm going to do 1920 by 1080 because that's my canvas size. And there we go. And I don't need audio, and I want to get rid of all of these extra CSS, and anything else is good. I'm going to click OK, right? So now it's there. So as you can see, it pops right up. Now I'm going to move this window back so you can see what happens. Once I hit the off button, and let me transition over to the screen so you can see, once I hit the off button in my internet window, you'll see that the overlay just cuts off, and it cuts off completely. When I click it back on in my overlay in my browser-based window, it comes right back. So you can see that it's there, it works. So let me show you another way to be able to control the settings within OBS. What you can do is, and first thing I'm gonna have to switch windows a couple times for you to get this right. I am going to switch over to, let me turn off my studio mode. So let me turn off the overlay for a second, and let me switch back over to my tutorial mode. And over here, this website is the actual control of the lower third or the overlay. So I'm going to copy that. I'm going to bring over my OBS right here, and I'm going to go into docs. Actually, yeah, let me go into docs right here. It's the 4th menu, and I'm going to go down to custom browser docs. So here you'll see I have a whole lot already in here, and I'm going to click a new one because I've already done these. So I'm going to click new lower thirds. I can't spell. Ooh. There we go. And I'm going to hit Control V to paste that and click apply. When I do that, the dock for my actual lower thirds that I was using, I'm going to drag this into the same window that I already have, because I have all my docks already in I have all my docks already in one window, in one docking window. Now, as you can see right here, this gives me the ability to control just that dock. That's why it's important to name which dock you are using. Like I have a camera cover, which is a full screen cover, and then I have a lower third, which is a different lower thirds, right? So, and you got to remember, for every lower thirds that you put in here, you have to put the matching browser in there so that you can actually see the lower thirds pop up, right? So here, I'm going to go back to, well, I can't go back to it yet. I'm actually going to switch over. I'm going to turn on the lower thirds here, and I'm actually going to put this in my tutorial screen so you can see it. So I'm going to right click, click add browser source, and I'm going to add the lower third that I already have, which is the new one. So you can see it actually pop up. See, it pops up right there. I'm going to move it over to the left so you can actually see me. Or actually, let me just crop it over. I'm going to hold down Alt and crop this over so I can actually move that to another part of the screen. But as you see, when I click on the on and the off button, that lower thirds is instant. Like it's instant right away. It allows you the ability to really personalize your stream. And this is free. This is a learning curve that will take you 10 or 15 minutes to learn. And then you have endless amounts of options here that can be customized any way you want them to be customized. But as you can see right here, this is great. Like, this is an option that I would recommend that anybody who needs a lower thirds. I'm going to take this off the screen for a second and go back to the Uno platform. I think anybody who needs this type of addition to your stream, especially if you're running like a church stream, yeah, that's what you need to name titles and pastors, sermon titles. If you want to drop scripture titles in there, like, this is a very, very easy way to do this. And if you look in my library, right, and I'll do a more complicated one here later. I'm going to look at my overlays. I have a couple of complicated ones in here. Like I did this right here. I did this stream pack 3 Kadium, right? So here's what I used it for, right? I'll click on it so you can see. It's a 3. I've already got it customized, and actually what I did was I used it for basically a sponsor window, right? And I'll show you how I did this. I will actually copy this output. I'm actually just going to edit it to where I want it. So I already set up the titles. I put the website here. I put my coupon code. I put all of this stuff in here, and I'm going to show you how I input this into my OBS. I'm going to copy the copy output URL. The reason I want to copy the output URL is because I want to put that into my OBS as a separate screen. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to switch to studio mode, right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over on my left-hand side, and I don't have a branding scene right now. I'm going to add a new scene, and I'm going to call it custom, right? And I'm going to build it here so you see how it looks. I'm going to click OK, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put the browser source in there. Now, this is a new browser source. This is my custom advertising, custom ads. Let's call it that. I'm going to click OK, and I'm going to paste that browser source again. Click Control V, and I want it to be 1920 by 1080. This has to match your your canvas. So if your canvas is 1920 by 1080, then make it whatever is 1280 by 720. If it's 1440 by 9, whatever it is, whatever that is. So now you see it pops up. So now I just begin to build my advertisement. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add my video capture device, which is my ATM. I'm going to click OK. I'm going to drop that down to the bottom, and I'm going to crop in the sides. I'm actually going to lock the top layer. I'm going to crop in my camera. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make it to the right size so where it fits in the middle. And then I'm going to hold down Alt, and I'm going to crop these in right here left, and I'm going to crop it in right. There we go. And then on the left side, I'm going to add an image. I'm going to click image, and I don't think I have the custom logo, but I actually want to add some software. I know sometimes they tell you don't show your computer, folders on here. I'm not that big on there. I mean, if you hack into my computer and steal a bunch of work, that's great for you. Let me see. Do I have, let me see. I'm going to go into Never Fails. I think I have some images in here. What is this? Let's click on one. Okay, that worked. Click OK. So I'm going to drop that below the browser source that we got from Uno Overlays, and I'm going to resize that. There we go. And I'm going to put that there. I am going to add now I'm going to add a video. I'm going to click media, Media source. I don't think I have any. I'm gonna put custom commercial. I'm gonna click OK, and I'm gonna go find my custom commercial. I'm not gonna need the sound because I just want it to be a loop. So I'm gonna click on custom, and I'm gonna click on. I want to say it's in logos. I'm not sure. Yeah, logos and commercials. Let's just click on this commercial. I'm gonna click on loop, and I'm gonna click on OK. Now, obviously, when I hit Control F, it's going to play. But I want to move that down to the bottom right here. I'm going to lock these first 2 layers again because I only want to fool around with the commercial. And I'm going to, let me switch off studio mode just for a second and go to custom. Okay, so now I just need to resize the video. If I go to custom commercial, I can size that down. It's not going to play exactly how I want it to, but it is playing in the video, and actually probably in commercial. So let me turn that off. Sorry, so commercial's really loud. But now I have this is basically my marketing screen that I used in Uno. So now this is my whole screen. I usually build this out in Photoshop, and I would usually allow it to have different colors and stuff. This works for me. Like this is great. So if I switch back to my live broadcast, this is my regular broadcast. Hey, this broadcast is brought to you by Custom. Bam, it's a click of a button. This is all browser based. And if I'm in Uno, right, and I go into my, I'm gonna add. Let me do something real quick. Let me go into tutorial real quick, and let me add. I'm gonna switch back to this window. I'm gonna copy this URL. Copy here. You'll see that, and I'm going to add another browser doc. Custom browser doc. I'm gonna put a new browser doc 3 up, and I'm gonna paste that doc. Control V. I'm gonna click apply, and obviously that doc is gonna pop up, and I'm gonna put this in the same window that I have all my other browser docs. I'm gonna put close, and one thing you'll see here is that when I look at all of the different overlays that are on here right now, I'm gonna switch back to the browser doc. I'm gonna switch back to the overlay that we got from Uno, right? And I have full control over this. I can turn off the background. You can see I can turn on the location bug, which I didn't use. I can turn the lower third off. So that's and that has names in it, which I don't need. I just need the website ticker. So there's the ticker right there, and I have full control of this. So listen, you guys need to go to Uno, sign up for an account. They're not sponsoring this video. They haven't asked me for any type of anything. I just wanted to share things with you. Go to Uno. Get this plugin. Get this plugin. This side. My bad. This side. Yeah, this side. All right, whatever. Get this plugin. You need this plugin. It allows you to have all of these different 2-ups. If you have a guest coming in through Ecamm, or if you have guests coming in through Video Ninja, which I'm going to do a tutorial on. If you need a sponsor logo in the bottom right hand or left hand corner, wherever you need it in your broadcast, this is it. You can change the opacity of this. You can see here I added my custom logo here. Excuse me, and it works. Like all of these overlays work, and it's just a matter of adding these browser docs into your stream, which doesn't cost you any time, energy, or money. Like this is great. If you go back here to the library, you can actually go by, if you're looking for something specific, a title bar. If you need a video loop, they actually have one for video boxes. Let me see where that at. Somewhere in here it has video boxes where you can have 2-up, 3-up, or even 4-up that are already set for you to where. Let me find it real quick. Show more. There it goes. Video boxes. All these are already set. All you do is go in here, add it to your overlay, and then you can edit it. You can change all of the colors and the titles and everything. You change the words. The one thing that I think is the most difficult part is not being able to change the fonts. But hey, that's okay. Don't worry about changing the fonts because that's just something you work with later. But this is also a good model if you did want to learn how to build overlays and how you want them to look custom. This gives you a good starting point, right? So these are all animated. And the video boxes are actually awesome. You know, they have a bunch in here. Progress bar. This is already animated. It's already built in. Browser based, not super heavy on your CPU. My CPU is at 9.8%. I'm streaming at 3100 out, and yeah, 30 frames a second over my ATM and my 2 cameras. So there is no way that you should not be using Uno overlays. That's kind of my time for today. I got to get back to work. But thank you for watching. God bless you guys. Have a great day. And let's do it again. Let's figure it out. Hey, make October great. Make October really good. Make October successful. You have the power in you.